Despite his rather average height, Tommy Morrison was never afraid to fight giants in the ring. These fighters literally looked down on Morrison, but the Great White Hope was like dynamite to these monsters.
Still trying to get himself back in the good left hand, down goes Tuss.
Get ready to wipe away a tear of nostalgia, because in this video, we're going to travel back in time with you to take another look at the Duke's biggest fights.
Amateur. He lost it. He let me trials a big right hand. He throws those punches fast. I'm not exactly sure though.
This is the Boxing Lab. Let's go. In March 1995, Morrison stepped into the ring against a legitimate freak of nature named Marcel's Brown, standing at a ridiculous 7 feet tall. This towering colossus wasn't just big. He was a walking skyscraper with an 86-inch reach that seemed to stretch into the next zip code. Brown believed his monstrous size would make him untouchable, looking down at Morrison from what felt like another atmosphere.
Marcellus Brown. It is a very wanted it as small as possible for Morrison.
And yes, I party hard, but it's a new Tommy Morrison.
From the start, Morrison attacked this giant redwood like a lumberjack with a chainsaw.
No, from the talk about it, Tommy he wants a man by the name of Mike Tyson to know that he exists and where he lives, because everybody, these heavyweights, all lining up.
The plot is thickening here in Muskogee, Oklahoma. We'll come back and look at that. Tommy Morrison, closest to you, come over the right eye, which is trainer John Brown worked on.
The towering Brown tried to use his freakish dimensions to keep Morrison at bay.
Punches of the 14 punches that he threw with jabs. He's walking in. Looks like he's loading up.
Really caused problems. Nice right hand by him.
See, there he jabbed the right hand behind it. Bad spot for Brown.
26, who is, oh, good, folks.
That was a very slow right hand that he threw.
Juncture, it's pretty early to start taking points away.
Then, Morrison unleashed hell on this 7-foot monument until the giant came crashing down like a demolished building.
When Marcellus is carrying his right hand.
Brown very active and goes down for the left hook. So with a lot of time left in round 3, Marcellus Brown has gone down and now must try and survive.
Those power punches are really starting to bother Mark.
There's the little uppercut. This is Tommy Morrison.
Marcellus Brown is, and he's going to get nailed over and over. I think the end is just about upon us.
And there's the hook, as Randy pointed out, over the lazy right hand. Here's how he did it.
Watch where the right hand of Brown is. It's down by his chest. He gets nailed with that one mighty left hook shot. That was the first knockdown, a stiff left hand. Down he went, and that basically took much of the fight out of him.
In just 3 rounds, Morrison had turned the tallest opponent of his career into just another victim. In June 1995, the ultimate collision became reality. Morrison faced Donovan Razor Ruddock, a fighter whose massive 6 feet 3 inches frame and fearsome reputation spoke volumes about his abilities in the ring. This Canadian destroyer possessed a signature punch called the Smash that should have been classified as a deadly weapon by international law.
Gave Mike Tyson 2 difficult bouts. Kind of a major fight several years ago was against Lennox Lewis.
Become very cautious so they don't open up, but
nice jab by Morrison.
From the opening seconds, both warriors knew they were in for heavyweight violence at its absolute finest.
I was going to remind people of the nice uppercut by Ruddock. Oh, there goes Morrison!
The Canadian Colossus connected with his legendary smash, sending our redneck destroyer crashing to the canvas like a building hit by a wrecking ball.
He leaned in and got whacked with an up-Morrison box. Is there room to box? No, he's going to go after Razor Ruddock.
we'll try to put him away here, loading up with everything. Hey, Morrison may have to pound his way out of this. Ruddock not using his right hand enough. There he did.
Ruddock has not thrown many punches. He's thrown very little. There's Morrison with the uppercut. Gotten off the canvas to win before against Joe Hip, against Carl Truth Williams. He's done it.
Ruddock faked the left hook and almost landed the right hand bomb, and Morrison answers.
But thinks it will go that long. And you saw evidence why here in round one.
Having a 16-foot
grab it, Ruddock countered with the hook.
Well, based on the early results to this point, Ruddock did not parlay was knocked down.
What followed was pure heavyweight warfare between two giants of destruction.
Mike Tyson. The first fight was stopped, many think inappropriately so, and then he went the distance in the second fight. Get that punch on track.
And Ruddock so far has done a good job launching into him.
The hook blocked by Morrison. Ruddock has done a nice defensive job. Good combinations by Morrison.
But he's still paid for it.
Oh, he hurt Ruddock with a right uppercut. Razor Ruddock got rocked by the same punch that knocked Morrison, knocking him out. It's the only reason why I was critical. So in round two, it's Morrison's turn to hurt Ruddock. Beautiful combination by Tommy Morrison. The hands beat. Oh, big hook by Ruddock, and he lands an uppercut. Ray Mercer. Morrison threw those beautiful combinations. We're into round three. Tommy Morrison won. Ruddock was down in round two.
Move to that one.
Razor Ruddock not only stood up, he took a little walk in his corner.
Maybe he wanted to clear his head. We're seeing excellent use by both fighters trying to set up their house
hands, but it's going to be right uppercut by both men. That has been the big weapon. This was hurt early and put out, and Morrison has been put out early, as in the Michael Bentt fight. Is spicing up for a variety of reasons, and here we have two good heavyweights in there against him. And somewhere, probably watching, Riddick Bowe and Jorge Gonzalez, who will get it on in a week or so.
Morrison in this round. A safe shot. He can set up a punch, getting his punch home.
For the right uppercut.
Morrison went right to him, tried to tie him up.
Now, normally this would be too early to say it. Even though I now say, folks, who's going to get tired? Because both men are showing some signs of it here. Good. We head into round four in this fight.
They even gave him the numbers. 7. And they also said establish yourself down low, which is a Razor Ruddock, and then go to the body as he does there to a clinch so that he can work his way out of it. Chance for Ruddock if Morrison doesn't throw.
Willing to throw too much there, and again there we get back to that stance. Morrison looked dead after the 4th round. He won it with a body shot punishment.
Now, a moment ago, Ruddock had Tommy Morrison right in front of him and did not fire the uppercut. Now he gets it in.
Morrison's side Ruddock is. Now Morrison's punches look.
And normally, you see a fighter go inside. That's a bad strategy for Tommy Morrison.
And out top period.
Yes.
End of sentence, end of paragraph. And he looks tired right now, Dave. He'll tire him out more.
The wall first.
Nice body shots by Morrison. Oh, ring is still enough to keep Ruddock at bay, though. Shows you how slow Ruddock is moving.
Ruddock cutting off the ring, sets up the right hand.
Morrison's heart blazed hotter than the pain as he battled back against this towering Canadian beast.
Hurt him with the left hook. Razor Ruddock is hurt now. Good body combinations by Morrison. But Ruddock is talking to him. He did against George Foreman. But oh my, took a big left hook in the last round. Now he is forcing Morrison back. That uppercut may have stunned Morrison.
Tommy Morrison got hurt by...
It ain't over yet. Morrison is not there as it was earlier.
Ruddock really taking advantage of the...
Then Morrison unleashed his signature left hook that had become his calling card of devastation against every giant who dared stand in his path.
There's a hook by Ruddock, and it may have hurt Morrison. Big left hook! Down goes Razor Ruddock!
To buy about 10 more seconds, and it's a long one. He will not do it.
Oh my, it's over.
They talk about Morrison's terrific left hook. And you are going to see it. My goodness.
The winner and new IBC heavyweight champion, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
In May 1992, Morrison faced a genuine titan named Art Tucker, standing at an imposing 6 feet 6 inches. This towering giant believed his freakish height advantage would let him pick Morrison apart from the stratosphere like a sniper with all day to aim.
Game face on, huh? Tucker trying to keep the jab working, not landing. Whoa,
Big left hook.
that punch.
But Morrison, in his trademark style, established absolute dominance in the ring from the opening seconds.
This is going to want to use. See, look when Morrison jabs his way.
What a left hand.
Morrison decided to teach this skyscraper a physics lesson about gravity and power.
Rudy Battle reacted well that time.
And you can hear Tommy Forgets telling him, go in the head.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Being a little conservative to that side until he slows him down a little bit.
Well, there's a left hand, and that puts Tucker. Tommy, we'll let you go back to work.
Tommy, use your 7.
Well, it's simple. Oh, man. I was just going to say, it's simple. He hits you with the left hook.
The giant came tumbling down like timber, proving that even the tallest trees fall to the sharpest axe. In 1991, Morrison came across another giant named Pinklon Thomas, a former heavyweight champion who carried the arrogance of a man who had already conquered the world. Thomas believed Morrison was nothing more than manufactured hype, standing tall and confident that his championship pedigree would expose Tommy as a pretender.
His 5th defeat in his last 6, and very noticeable. Ended very quickly in the first round. That was the biggest name he has faced. Some big foes, and there's that wicked punch.
Their fight began, but from the start, Thomas was turned into a human punching bag.
First round, and these two men are fighting in a 16.5-foot ring. There's no place for Thomas.
A good puncher, but he can't fight. Well, Mike Tyson heard the same thing.
He's landed. He is stunned. He's rocked.
Thomas tried to use his size advantage, but it meant nothing against raw thunder.
Take this fight as if it were his last, and it should be. Surprise right here is that Thomas has survived the first round. It is over. Pinklon Thomas will not come out for the second round. And for Tommy Morrison,
The difference was so big that at first glance, it might have seemed like someone had left their grandfather in the ring, as Morrison destroyed the old giant. In March 1994, Morrison faced a muscle-bound giant named Brian Bam Bam Scott. Standing at an intimidating 6 feet 5 inches, this undefeated monster carried a perfect 15-0 record and the confidence of a man who believed he was destined for greatness. Scott thought his unblemished record and imposing frame would be enough to derail the Duke's march through the heavyweight division.
In his third fight, in the first round, about 16.5 feet. Across the inside, a ring can be as big as 20 feet.
Many Mike Tyson's bouts. It was the speed with which he punched.
But Morrison hunted this oversized prospect like a predator who'd spotted weakness in the herd.
It's above the left eye of Scott. Body shot in place.
Look at the jabbing your way in. Oh, there's Scott using his head.
It's interesting, though, that I really don't believe that he was ready to stop the fight. I believe I've ever heard of it.
There's Tommy.
The towering giant tried to use his size to bully Morrison.
Scar on his stomach.
Nice uppercut.
Yes.
Say something about the way Morrison's attacking here. He's attacking the way he did against Ben, leaving himself wide open and getting nailed with shots.
And he hit him with left hand, though. Scott is
Morrison. Very bad. And it's the kind of thing they are going to have to fix.
And another uppercut, Scott tumbles.
Morrison demolished the undefeated giant's dreams in just 2 rounds, sending him crashing to reality. In April 1991, Morrison met a towering giant from behind the Iron Curtain named Yuri Volan, standing at 6 feet 4 inches. This Soviet-bred fighter brought the technical precision and disciplined footwork that made Eastern Bloc fighters so dangerous in the ring.
He's one of the few of the Soviet fighters that are still around. They sent a couple of them back. I think
And Volan bounced right into the ring. This has been set up as one of those Rocky IV.
From the opening bell, the Russian giant used his polished technique and size advantage to give Morrison serious problems.
Well, Volan's moving the way that Tommy Gallagher didn't want him to move, and that's to his right. He won the big left hook of Morrison's.
And Morrison slipped down. The round is scheduled for 10.
At the least.
Morrison had told us you see him dipping down. And Morrison doing some damage with both hands. Roundhouse.
But he hasn't done much other than throw that jab.
That's the punch again!
And the final seconds of this first round of the heavyweight Latvia. Round 2.
And of course, he only threw 12 jabs. There goes that left hand that they were asking for, and he's landing it. As Morrison headhunting again, should be hitting that body at every opportunity.
Morrison swinging and hitting air. Morrison landing a right.
Morrison's starting to look puffy already, and it's only been a round and a half. They might have been putting the
left from Morrison. Little blood around the mouth of Morrison.
Volan's killer instincts here. Tommy Gallagher said he had a hard time getting him to really open up damage tonight. Look at that, putting a 3-punch combination and getting out. This is what he got to do all night to win the fight.
Right hand from Morrison. Round 3, it's scheduled for 10.
Well, the jab seems to be the...
Volan's slick movement and technical boxing made Morrison work harder than expected, as the towering Soviet refused to make it easy.
That's what he's got to do, use that mobility and get out of the way of these big bombs. You guys with that right hand, but right now he's limited. He hasn't been throwing very much at all after that. In fact, he doubled over in pain when he hit his sparring partner, Jerry Jones. Oh!
And Volan landing. He staggered Morrison.
Well, he's got to stick to his game plan here. Volan dig the outside. He's landing from the outside. Why quit there?
He lands again with a left. Volan putting on a show in the 3rd round.
Morrison, he's rated in the top 10 in all 3 categories here. Do something to turn this tide in this fight.
Bond here in the 4th.
Volan told us yesterday that he depends on this right jab. That really is his bread and butter punch.
A left caught Volan going
inside. Another 1-2, Lent.
And a left hand from Volan.
Your hands are loose, that's it.
Taking the legs away from Volan.
That had been the game plan. They wanted Morrison to...
They've certainly expended a lot of energy in this first 4 rounds. Oh, dynamite.
Volan with another fine combination.
Morrison is really unsteady on his feet. His ankles are turning. His
being very tactical tonight.
He certainly is.
And now Morrison on the attack. Morrison missing wildly on that one, but for the first time he stunned Volan.
Well, just like I said, he was still dangerous, and he's got him. Miller was worried about that. Dynamite uppercut.
And the crowd clear.
But in the 5th round, Morrison found the opening he'd been hunting for.
Through the first 4, and Morrison stepping tied with a big left hand. And Volan's hurt.
Body shot.
The Soviet giant hit the canvas, but Morrison wasn't finished teaching this lesson.
Sir looked on the verge of it.
Break.
Oh,
and Volan hurt again.
Turned his back. That's got to be it. A fighter turns his back. I can't believe that smolder. That's it.
That's it.
2 knockdowns later, the referee had seen enough, and another towering giant learned that size means nothing against the Duke's power. In January 1993, as Morrison climbed toward a world title shot against George Foreman, he faced Carl "The Truth" Williams. This towering powerhouse at 6 feet 4 inches was a 2-time world title challenger who struck fear into opponents with his massive frame and heavy hands.
If I was in Morrison's corner, they'd be down by his navel where they belong.
But Morrison wasted no time engaging this dangerous giant in an all-out war.
Mills Lane says, don't do that again. And there's the left hook, and down goes Carl Williams.
He came over the top with it.
And that wasn't even the...
However, Williams didn't earn the nickname, The Truth, by being easy.
There's another left hook. Right hand by Williams is solid
To eat a tin can.
in round 1, threw 21 of them by punch count numbers, but only landed serious trouble with a broken jaw and a broken hand.
Of putting too much out early in the fight. He's a...
So maybe Morrison should take 10 years off.
Good solid punches by Carl Williams.
Both fighters seem to be getting a little bit of a breather through the 2nd minute of round number 2. Left hook again by Morrison, backs Williams up. Straight left.
His manager, Bill Caton, told me, he said he thought that would be the most, and as he figures the fight, the long...
And another left hand, and down goes Williams. Morrison trying to finish with the uppercut, comes back with the left hook. Now Williams with the 1-2.
Williams probably in the last 2 years.
Great right hand by Morrison. Williams. Right hand by Williams. Morrison answers with the right.
Right, if he comes out of this fight and wins this fight, moving side to side, he's moving one way, makes it much easier for Morrison to nail him.
Effect. Right wild, it lacked power when it landed. Williams is the more...
There was the edge, Jim.
Yep.
Tommy Morrison's mouth is wide open now, Jim, and it's early in the fight. There's that...
You saw Carl reach up with the right glove to put the mouthpiece back in place.
Williams.
Straight. And the 1-2 from Williams.
That's really a sign of confidence.
Oh, there's a thrust.
Larry, I have the fight scored exactly the same as you. Seems to be gasping a little bit for breath.
Carl Williams to see the kind of momentum which might prey.
The last round, he's doing a pretty good job so far this round.
That's right, his experience.
Tie Morrison up, he knows enough to walk him around and kill the clock.
Carl Williams says he's a changed man since the birth of his 2-year-old daughter, Nyjah. He has an inspiration he never had before.
And John Davenport has done some job with Carl.
To have punched himself out a little bit, Gil.
Yes, again, this fight could go up and down, up and down.
Morrison rose from the canvas like a warrior possessed, unleashing combinations on this towering beast that would make the gods of war jealous.
Has Tommy Morrison already run out of gas?
Is it also a signal to your opponent, Gil?
Round number 6. Left hook and a left hook.
2 right hands by Williams.
West scenario of heavyweight championship boxing with 2 heavyweights.
There's that left fight, and both guys have had something taken out of them.
And it's very hot in here. The lights have been on for a long time. It is hot in this arena.
Right hand because you won't throw your 7.
I don't think that's a good way to train a fighter, to tell you the truth. A beautiful 1-2. There's that left hook. And Morrison wobbles. Morrison is hurting. There was 7, Larry. I think that was 7.
Yeah, but Carl Williams is throwing 2.
I'm not sure either.
Come on, step back. Come on, here we go.
He got a second wind. He looks a little bit livelier right now than he had in the previous 2 rounds.
Then Morrison unloaded the fury that had been building inside him.
The forehead of Morrison.
That's right, there's the left hook.
There
Carl Williams has taken that left hook better and better. And now Carl's a little wobbly. And there's another left hook. And Morrison's got a chance to finish him off. Bang! Carl Williams is in trouble.
And Williams is looking for the referee to stop the fight. He doesn't know where he is.
Williams is already busted up, and Mills Lane has stopped the fight.
The Great White Hope had shown he was ready to face the biggest names in the heavyweight division. In this video, we have taken you back to the golden era of heavyweight boxing and showed you that despite his average height, Tommy Morrison was never afraid to face real giants who towered above him like skyscrapers. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and show Tommy some love in the comments.